Hi Aquarius, this is going to be your love and relationship reading, and before we look at these cards together and pull more to clear it up, I just want to give you my first thoughts on what's going on here. It seems with regards to this relationship, you have found the key on how to move it forward. Instead of having to leave something behind and walk away from whatever has broken or whatever feels to you energetically like the party is over here, you have been able to find some workable plan and strategize some way forward for you two together. Both parties, as far as I can see in this relationship, are interested in a brand new fresh start and new beginning with each other. So kudos to you. As far as I can tell before clarifying, it seems like there is now a way forward for you and some sort of a workable plan. There had been periods in the relationship in the past, and even somewhat buried, that were conflict orientated or even like closed off. And I see with the Four of Pentacles, this energy is flowing, as you can see in this card, between each of the points. In a lot of cards, this can represent energy flowing, but the way it laid out in this card, in this spread, I feel like there was a block in energy flowing, so some sort of a like closed off between you. There seems to have been some sort of an opening now presented and a way forward for you both. This relationship requires, at this time, I have two threes here, the Mother of Pentacles being a three as a queen or a mother, and the Three of Cups. So the threes are numbers of growth and creation in tarot, and also of nurturing. So it does seem like this relationship does need some extra TLC at this point, but that with both parties together, working in the same way, going in the same direction, it seems like that new fresh start that you both want is here for you. Let's look at these cards together. I'm going to pull more cards now to clarify these messages and try and get a sense deeper of what is going on. So let's clear these cards up. Overall, I do sense a real rejuvenated feeling of love and optimism restored in this relationship, and the Son of Cups is coming out to tell me that both of you are following your hearts and kind of open to this moving forward now. It seems like better balance has been restored in the relationship. Let's clear up the Hierophant. For you, it seems like, you know, you're doing the right thing by this relationship, and it certainly feels like you've found some sort of key or solution to the issues at hand. This may have been even working with a mediator or like a very trusted person in your friendship or family group. The Ace of Wands. This is a really big thumbs up and yes indicator to what we want to see here. Yes, indeed, Aquarius, you have found whatever it is that's been needed, the missing ingredient, that special ingredient of the Ace of Wands, this thumbs up and yes to go ahead with what it is you want. And it looks like you want this relationship to progress. And that now it seems like you have found the key and the solution. Awesome. The bottom of the deck, we have the Lovers card. I'm sensing that there might be, at this time, dealing with a Taurus or a Gemini, but it doesn't have to be. The Lovers card is a great indicator of people being on the same page, and that's really what I see here, Aquarius. You've been able to get on the same page with your person. Let's see what the message of the Six of Pentacles is. For me, this looks like a really harmonious, and it looks like kind of grapes on a vine or some sort of berries here, so growth and fruition. Equality, equilibrium. Ooh, yeah, Temperance, and the Nine of Cups at the bottom of the deck. This is this rejuvenation of optimism restored. The Nine of Cups is total fulfillment, and Temperance represents, like I talked about, some sort of a balance or tempering of extremes or opposites. So we have been able, this is almost alchemical, you know, this is like kind of as if this sort of, I see the imagery of the fan, the fire kind of been put out and the flames dying down, and the extremity of the heat is now being soothed by the water. So there is some sort of a balancing act that's happened now in this relationship. And even as I see it here, this balancing act of the Justice card at the bottom of the deck, both of these cards together, this is Libra, this is Sagittarius, could be who you're dealing with, but it doesn't have to be. It just does show me that whatever issues appear to be extremely just black and white for you, you have been able to find some sort of intermediate and grey area between you two. Really nice cards. So the Eight of Cups, you have been considering leaving this behind actually. You have been considering leaving something behind. It mightn't have been the relationship altogether, it could have been a behavioural pattern, and if so, it seems like that behavioural pattern is linked to a fresh start, new beginning. The conflict that you've been experiencing, there is opportunity to grow from it, and this whole closed off, no energy flowing, is something that is going to have to change when the new start comes, because that's kind of what's linked to the conflict, and then how that like makes you feel closed off as a result. So it seems like one person in the relationship, as the typical dynamic goes, is kind of the pursuer of the conflict, and one person as a result just closes off and shies away. What were you going to want to leave behind? Some of you are still thinking about it. Father of Pentacles, if you're dealing with the Taurus, you may feel like the time is ready to leave a certain area of that relationship behind, or indeed the relationship altogether. If not, you're getting comfortable leaving behind this idea that you have of like pure security that has to be delivered from another person. You're kind of figuring out, Aquarius, that you need to be the one to create your own stability, financial or otherwise, in life, and that you may not be able to rely on that person anymore to be creating the harmony and stability that you need in your life at this time. Let's look at the conflicts you've been having. What has that been all about? What have the arguments been about? Clearing up the Five of Wands. The Son of Swords. So they've been pretty tense, some very nasty, sharp words been delivered here with this Sword of Truth. Maybe they've been truthful words, but there has been some unpleasant exchanges, and how they've left you feeling afterwards is total opposite of this Father of Pentacles. The Son of Swords is way too flighty to be stable or secure, and way too kind of like thought-provoking. It's like your mind is always going, and these kind of arguments are like when your mind is reeling afterwards and you're thinking of things that you should have said possibly in the moment, or maybe you're regretting things you said in the moment. A lot was said and done in a very quick and rushed time around this conflict in the relationship. The conflict may have come from how quickly things needed to be done, and like just the anxiety around any sudden movements that were made, comings and goings or changes perhaps. We're going to look at the Four of Pentacles. It seems like we're leaving this energy of the Four of Pentacles behind and opening ourselves up again. So let's see. You have been in a period of feeling pretty closed off from your person. I want to look at that. The Three of Wands. And you kind of felt held back by them. In fact, the Devil at the bottom of the deck. You felt powerless and held back from expanding when you were dealing with the circumstances in this relationship. You felt like pressure that you wanted to just run away from and turn your back on, and basically focus on yourself here. So some of the reason you were closed off was because you had lost hope in where this relationship was going. I do see a lot of optimism restored, but maybe as I'm talking to you now, Aquarius, you just can't access that optimism that I'm seeing in this reading. Now, these are general messages, so they won't apply to everybody. Take what does apply and resonate with you today, and just leave the rest for somebody else. You have now thought up of a plan and a strategic way forward out of this situation that you find yourself in, and it seems like you're headed towards a new beginning and a fresh start, and it's definitely what your person wants. Mother of Swords. So we do have this air sign energy coming through pretty strongly, and this does seem to be your idea and your idea alone. It doesn't seem like the person you dealt with have been able to see things the way you have. There does seem to be like two different sets of perspectives here. You are quite close to seeing the truth, I would say, though, Aquarius. It seems like you're pretty near to that point, and you won't have any trouble kind of standing in your truth at this time, especially if your workable plan forward works out. It looks like it is workable and it's going to work out. It really requires you sort of standing very firm in your truth and just like kind of believing what it is that you say. You believe in what you say, and that's very much true. The first card out is so powerful, the Hierophant. Very, very much having this knowledge and wisdom that what you say and what you do is actually right. Okay, let's see. Next, we need to look at, there is a message coming through, like an advice of the Mother of Pentacles now, that's saying have patience, Aquarius. The Mother of Pentacles is asking you to be patient and nurturing at the same time. So what else do we need to know about that? Four of Swords. Yeah, be patient, be calm, play it cool, think about things, sleep on things, don't make any rushed decisions overnight. There is enlightenment coming to you. If you can see this enlightened lamb here knows that by taking a step back and processing their thoughts and not making any hasty decisions on a mind that's running on triggers and anxiety and stresses and worry. So nurture yourself. Together, this could really be a nice message for meditation in the home. The Mother of Pentacles is very much a home and living situation, so restoring calm and tranquility and peace in the home and living situation might be the best way for you to start out on this new beginning, Aquarius. I'm also seeing like meditating from home, relaxing at home, those things being important and kind of figuring in your life at this time. Let's look then at the person you're dealing with. I see them as the Fool card. Maybe they're getting ready to start a new chapter in their life, a very exciting new beginning. But around this relationship, it seems that all they want is a new beginning. Let's see. This is Aquarius's person. Justice. They definitely want it to be fair though, and they equally feel that things have been way too black and white without the grey area of balance in between. And both of you may have like more stubborn or strong viewpoints on things and don't really like to back down. You are fixed air. Air is intellect, Aquarius. So sometimes with your ideas and visions, you can be very stubborn and unyielding. This person may notice this in you. They may equally be a fixed sign or equally a person that's viewpoints are very stubborn and unyielding. And it's kind of been difficult for you to find common ground. They want that. They just want this new beginning to be fair and equal. And if there had been areas of your life where you can note that that was unfair or unequal, then they could be ways that you could better understand the person you're dealing with and what they would like. You want this to grow though. I feel like deep down there's an energy here of wanting this to be beautiful, connected, abundant. You may even want children with this person. 10 of Wands. It's difficult for you to get past this kind of oppressive, dark, and downright messy feeling. There seems to be problems that you guys are facing as a couple that seem to be difficult to overcome. You can sense though that there is some sort of a breaking point coming, and that might even have been linked to your desire to leave this behind and kind of say to yourself that this is over, it's run its course. If we are to continue this, are we just pushing things down the line a little further? The page of the Father of Pentacles is saying, first and foremost, your idea of security is very much tied into the emotional needs that you have. So sometimes all we need to fulfill is the emotion itself that we're missing, rather than anything on the physical plane. You may feel like there is a lack of security in this relationship and you decide you want to leave it behind for something that feels more secure. If you're just able to access that emotion of security alone, Aquarius, then you won't really be looking for it in a relationship, and that won't be what is not fulfilling you. And that can be how you can discern if this relationship is for you or not. If maybe you were just able to create the feeling or emotion associated with security in yourself alone. Let's look at the outcome of this relationship as of now. The Daughter of Pentacles. I often read this as a new beginning, picking up where you left off. Wow, these cards really want me to, I'm always going for the very bottom in this reading for some reason. Okay, very bottom. Mother of Cups. So a nurturing path forward, a path where you open your arms again and invite in love. There is an area of it though that does have to die, and you are aware of that. The 10 of Wands at this, and then 10 of Swords here at the bottom of the deck. Two tens talking about the ending of a cycle. Okay, Aquarius, that's going to be your love and relationship take for now. Take what resonates, leave the rest, and I'll speak to you again soon.